was recording something else. I had to turn the captions off. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm going to share this real quick. Let people pop on. Say hi when you come on.
Hi. It feels like I haven't been here for a week, but it's kind of because I haven't been.
So, Jennie, fill us in. Okay, last week was your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And this week, tell us.
I'm engaged.
Jennie and our good friend Jerry are now going to be hitched. They're working towards making it like a real thing.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't real before.
Fiancés now.
So fancy.
Like he put a ring on it. So yes, so exciting. Exciting. Yeah, so last week I took after the session, I had to head out because I took a red-eye flight to Florida to spend time with my daughter and the ocean. I'm like, oh, there's actually sand still stuck in my phone. It makes me so happy. And then, yeah, fun birthday. 41.
I'm so excited for you. But 41 and like starting a whole new world.
Yeah.
Like a whole new life, a whole new relationship. So if you feel like
whole new business, like it has been quite the year. 40 was amazing. So I'm excited to see what 41 brings.
I'm excited. So I'm getting all shared here.
Okay.
Shared in all the places. And now I can focus. Now I can focus on the to-dos.
Yeah.
So tell me, okay, aside from all like the exciting personal life things that have happened for you, which we're like, I can't even believe it. I'm so excited. I'm like so excited for the wedding. I'm like, okay, tell me, like, we're not going to go there though. I suppose we should talk about like meditation and stuff. How was your week energetically?
Oh boy.
Any thoughts or ahas?
Yes, a big aha for me. So every time I have a birthday, I do a death meditation. And I meditate as though I had died right now where I am in my life. And I look back over the past year specifically and kind of decades to go, okay, if I were to die right now, am I doing the things that I feel like I want to do? I'm living the life that I want to live. And did I leave the legacy behind that I wanted to leave? And that can help give me clarity on how to move forward and what I need to shift and where my focus has been and where it needs to go. And one of the biggest things for me was this, like, the maiden, mother, crone archetypes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have adult children and I still have some young children. My baby's 12. So I'm still in this mothering phase, but I'm really starting to step into the next phase. And I don't feel like crone yet. I feel like crone is very old, wise woman who sits on the sideline and guides those that are still on the field playing. But I feel like there's more wisdom that comes after mother and before crone, right? That was like, there's just something missing. And I was like going, okay, I need to figure this out. And I do a search and I find the very first article talks about how even in like the moon cycles, it's quarterly, right? Mm-hmm. Everything has 4 quarters. And so the maiden, the mother, and the crone kind of don't go along with all of other mythologies that have these 4s.
Yeah.
And she talks about the queen, how the queen comes after mother.
Oh, I like that.
Has been through life. They've had children. They're still very much involved in the children's life. They, but they sit up higher on this throne. They're elevated. The children do come to receive wisdom, and there is wisdom. But the queen is still very much involved in the action, not just sitting on the sidelines and watching and giving advice there. And so it's just like,
yeah, get that crown. Work it. Work.
I can get behind that. And I think you're always in some stage of all 4 at some levels. Like we're doing a lot of inner child work in Rising. And there's that maiden energy that happens and that innocence. And then, yeah, so that was a big aha for me.
That's such an interesting. I just want to talk about how interesting that concept is to do a death meditation at the end of every year. Like, that's really cool. That's like a really cool idea to just like, okay, that's the death of me at level 40. And now I'm level 41.
Yeah.
And this is what my life looks like now. So I think it's such a good idea. And I really do. I had never really contemplated like Mother, Maiden, Crone, but it does make sense that there are 4 and that queen is in there. That's a really interesting concept idea. This week has been really interesting to me, and I was talking about it in Rising. I was talking about how I'm having more into, like, I have a particular gift. Like, we all have like the different gifts, right? And how we feel energy and how it kind of comes into our life. And for me, this year, I'm having so much intention in channeling and like really hearing and like being able, at the beginning of my practice, I didn't really get too hung up on who was talking. I mean, I asked the question of this is enlightened love, we're protecting a circle. But now I'm really starting to dive into who am I channeling? How am I seeing? Honing my gifts more as I want to add in more. I'm intuitively, when I started this journey, I was a knower. And now I'm really wanting to hear. Like, I really want to hear. Next will be seeing, but like one thing at a time. I want to know. So for me, the biggest aha, not just for myself, but for others, is having real intention when you sit in mindfulness and meditation. Really having intention for what you're wanting to bring, what you're wanting to create, and letting go of the things.
Yes, the expectation, like 100%. It's like, and I was talking about this in Rising as well, because I have been a seer. I see with my eyes closed though, and I really want to see with my eyes open. I really want to see the guides, and I really want to see the auras and the chakras, and not just be able to feel them. I want to see them with my human eyes. Eyes closed, I got it. And every time I talk about it and go to source, they're like, just wait. Not yet. Not yet. And we have something else for you. And it's always like, oh, okay. But it's always something awesome. And I'm always really glad that I'm like, okay. Because I know I could really be like, make myself do it if I wanted to. But I always go to source and like, okay, this is what I want. This is something better. Yeah. Like, yeah, we got something better for you. So just wait.
Well, and maybe you have to develop something so that you can tie it all together, because everything is tied. All the senses are tied together in the end, and all of it you're going to see and feel and hear the same information. It's just, you want to level up. Like, I want to be able to feel it and see it in a different way, because I feel like this way is going to serve where I'm going in the future. And source can say, maybe not.
Right.
But this year has been the year of the voice for me. Bringing in light language, and then also hearing more too has been really, really interesting. Big things. We have a new Monday class.
We do.
A new Monday class. If you come next Monday, it's $0 to come try it out. And it is silent meditation. Calm down. I know what you guys are thinking. Every person is yelling, well, I can't get out of my thoughts. Come, try it. You will have a guide. It will be myself, Jennie, Carrie, one of the 3 of us. We'll be guiding this meditation, this experience. And it really is, with my gift of voice, the gift of silence has also come in, right? The dark and the light of duality for me. And I was, we had the opportunity to change up and create a new class on Monday. And I was like, silence. I really want to help you guys drop down into your own silence and help you. So the whole plan is that you're going to drop down into a bit of a meditation, and we'll help you. We'll guide you through that process. And then you're just going to be able to sit in contemplation for however long it works out. And then we'll kind of help you shift through any energy if you're struggling to do that. Not with talking, but with hands. So I just am really excited about it. I love the idea of silence. I don't think we get enough of it. And so it is going to be a fun new class that is a little bit scary, because we'll have to be with our thoughts, which is, awful. But I think it's a good thing to add to anyone's meditation practice. And I'm really excited that we are adding it to our roster of classes.
Yes. And you can use the code. I was trying to type it in here. I changed the way it looked, but I can't figure out where to type it. The code try silence. All one word, try silence, and you get the next 2 Monday night classes free.
And just type it in the comments, Jenny. Just type it in the comments.
In the comments?
Like a little chat box.
Ah, look at that. I didn't even have those up yet. So try silence.
Jessica Wood says the triple goddess archetype is in a lot of mythology. Yeah, it really is. In a lot of mythology. I'm 43 and 3 phases of life at the same time. And so this is like my total jam. Like, this is where you get into relationships. It depends on what relationship you're in. If you're talking to me about the relationship with my mom, I'm probably always going to be a maiden. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're talking to me about the relationship with my husband, with my kids, with money, with, all these different things, when you feel like you're a mess, it's because you have a lot of relationships going on. And it feels messy because you're not paying attention to just one thing, which we talked about in Rising today, about attention and paying attention to one thing at a time. No one is a good multitasker. No one. Sorry.
Even jugglers are only focusing on the balls that are in their hands. They don't even pay attention to what's in the air. They're focusing on their hands. What are they holding and where does it need to go next?
Yeah.
Because whatever's in the air is in the air and it's going to come down and it might land in their hands, it might not. But that's what they're focusing on is what do I have control over right now?
And what do you have control of in the end? You can't fix the ball in the air, but you can move your hand to catch it in a different spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at us making analogies on the fly. We're so fancy. We're so fancy. Other news. So, okay. Let's talk a little bit more about silence.
Okay.
And we had a retreat that was called the Silent Meditation Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
People were a little scared. So we decided to kind of shift a little bit, shift just a smidgy, and we're going to talk about soul awakening. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about it as a kind of tiptoe into more silence. So if you're a quieter type person who wants to be in their own thoughts, this is still the jam for you. We're just going to add a little bit more guidance and spiritual awareness. So if silent meditation was like, no, that's a little scary, but I'm a little intrigued, I think that the Soul Awakening Retreat will feel super good for you. And if silence was your jam and you still want that, you can totally come up and get that as well. But we just made a little shift-a-rooney to start to kind of help some people who may have been struggling just a little bit in committing to it, but they wanted it and they felt it. And we're very, very excited about it because our silent retreat was so phenomenal last time. And we did talk a little bit, but everyone wanted more silence. So I'm just really curious to see this next group of people who we take in that more self-reflection kind of way through a retreat.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, quick little getaway. So it's just 48 hours, one night, and you get to come learn some tools and techniques of what to do when you're sitting in silence and you start to freak out.
Yes.
What do I do with that? How do I, and it's more, I'll be a little bit more workshoppy where we will be teaching you some meditation tools and how to handle what shows up when you're meditating.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
I'm very excited.
Yes.
Very excited. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else we have to share before we roll off?
Last one is the drums.
Drums.
Yes. Because we have to have orders in by the 1st, March 1st. So there's 2 weeks left to get your drum ordered. We're doing journey drums.
Jenny and I had a real conversation, and we've got some real exciting plans happening for drums in the future. And the reason that we're having this conversation, and we are having this conversation today, is we're realizing that when people come and they start to create these drums, it sort of takes them through a spiritual experience before they decide. So if you're thinking, okay, drums may be for me, but something in the journey the journey area, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that journey. I'm not sure if I'm ready for drumming. I'm not sure if I'm ready to step into that. Take a minute to contemplate and say, hey, is this a part of me working through that? Is creating a journey drum a part of me being able to journey better, to being able to astral travel, to do past life regressions, to journey even within your own self?
Mm-hmm. Inner child.
Yes.
Future. Yeah. Ancestral healing, Akashic records. So as you're thinking about doing this drum, stuff will start to come up for you. And know that it is so totally normal and beautiful. And like we were talking tonight in Rising about the journey, not attachment. And what did I write here? Or not right, but I wrote, I'm unlined. That with true detachment, you can even enjoy the experience of being disappointed. Mm-hmm. Like that joy in the journey, journey of the highs and the lows, because energy doesn't know good or bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't know good or bad. It's only our attachments and judgments that we place on them. And so when you like commit to doing a journey drum, for example, stuff is going to come up. Start showing up because you've committed, and just know that it's beautiful and it's part of the process. And the drum ceremony and the drum making is actually the apex of that. You're taking this journey. We have the ceremony and the drum making, and then what you do from there with your drum and this information is so powerful. But it's like this beautiful peak of like, oh my gosh, I went through all of this stuff, and now we're doing the ceremony, cleanse and clear, and prepare my vessel for this beautiful new healing tool.
I love it.
It's so exciting.
It's amazing.
A beautiful process.
It is a process. It's amazing. And we have some things coming up in the future for helping you through that process a little more. But it is such a beautiful thing. And even if you're not a huge drummer and you don't use them all the time, you're signing on for a process and you're signing on for a healing. And that may be all you need. Mm-hmm. Committing to making the drum may be what you needed to commit to the healing of that part of you.
Somebody write that down. And
okay.
I can replay. That was good.
Replay that and like the words of wisdom.
Type it up and use it in marketing because that was beautiful.
Sometimes Source is like, here's a golden nugget. Say this beautiful thing. Okay, lovelies. We love you. We're excited. We're excited for readings tomorrow.
Yes.
And it's Jennie and I. It's going to be so much fun. And that's all I got.
Well, afterwards, after the reading, we are doing a full moon ceremony. And you can have access to this through being in our Rising community. It is part of it. So we do have weekly lessons and weekly private readings in Rising. So if like some of you are like, I have questions, but I don't want to ask where the whole world sees it. Rising, we don't record them, and it's personal and private, just in our group. And then we do moon ceremonies, 2 a month, and then plus big astrological dates like, Lionsgate portal and stuff. So,
yes, and you don't have to be here. All of Rising is online. You don't have to be in Utah. You don't have to live in Ogden. You don't have to be able to make it to the studio. Rising is so much fun. You get Jennie and I, and you get to hang out with us. And then we have a really cute Marco Polo group, which is this online video chat group that is quite popping throughout the week. And you get to create that like energy community of people who are all working on the same things that you're working on.
Yes. Oh my gosh, my favorite testimonial last week. Well, she wasn't giving a testimonial. She just said, I just feel so glad to be in a place where I am supported and loved and accepted just as I am. And I was like, I'm going to cry.
Stop it.
Because that's our goal. And it is. We just want everyone to feel loved and accepted and safe and seen and held, supported, regardless of wherever you are in your journey on life. Your belief system, your race, your gender, your whatever. None of that matters. We're just
No, and we love talking about it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. We're having a lot of deeper conversation in the Marco. I feel like the Marco is like really like the greatest thing about it. Like lessons are great. Listening to Jennie and I talk are great, but like it's really fun to see the conversations in the Marco.
Yeah. The
I love it.
The beauty. Oh, it just is so beautiful. So okay.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, 7:00 Mountain Standard Time readings.
Tomorrow, 7:00.
Wednesdays.
We'll see you there. Bye, everyone.